Okay, so let's go ahead and start our free trial. We'll click right here and we'll register. All right, so check this out. You put in your email, your name, and you create your own password, and you do not need a credit card to partake in this free trial. As soon as you log in, you'll be greeted with this where you can choose your own template. As you can see, there's a ton of different websites, landing pages, e-commerce stores, and funnels for you to choose from in a bunch of different categories. So let's just go ahead and scroll through here. We've got yoga, medical, dentist, services, insurance, electricians, car dealers, hairdressers, restaurants, you name it. We've got something for everyone. Let's go ahead and hit preview and check this one out. So it looks like it's got a blog, a get in touch page, services, about us, and home in the menu. I kind of like this two-step menu that it's got here with a phone number and address and a free consultation button. We can change that image back there. That'll be easy. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and start with this theme. Now I'm just going to enter a title. All right, so I entered a title, and now it's going to go ahead and create my template. So now this is all set, ready to go. Now there's a short video here that you can use to familiarize yourself with the builder, but I'm going to just go ahead and close that for right now, and we'll get started on the customization right away. So in this example, I'm going to make this website into a landscaping company's website just to give you an idea of how to change out images and how to maneuver around and create that one-page website that's going to be able to generate leads for any kind of a business. So let's go ahead and get started. We might as well go ahead and get started right here at the top. I'm going to go ahead and click into this area right here. This is part of our header, and you can see anytime I mouse over things, little options become available. So I can mouse over this electric man thing right here and hit the settings gear, which is going to allow me to select whether I want to upload an image logo or use a text logo. So let's go ahead and just put in here. So we'll just put in there Lawn Pro Landscaping. Now, of course, you can do anything you like here. You can change the font, you can change the size of the font, the line height, the text color. So there's lots of different things you can do, just like in a Word document. So we'll go ahead and hit save. I'll just come in here and put in my phone number. Now, if I want to, I can go ahead and highlight this and turn it into a link by clicking this link right here in the toolbar and hitting phone over here, putting in my phone number and clicking select. So now if somebody clicks on my phone number, it'll actually dial their phone. Now I'll go ahead and put in my address. Let's go ahead and change this picture. So when I come over here and click and look and mouse over this block icon, you can see if I click into it, that's where the picture resides. And now I can go ahead and replace that with a different picture. So what I'll do is come over here to Canva. Now you can get a 30-day free trial of Canva Pro by using my affiliate link that's here in the course. You can also go ahead and sign up for the free account if you like, although you will be a little bit limited with the things you can do with it. But I've got the Pro account, and for $12.99 a month, it's not a bad value. But realistically, if you're only going to need it for the setting up of this website and maybe kept creating a couple of different Facebook posts or something like that, you could probably just get away with downloading enough pro type images in the first 30 days to get you by for a while. So what I'm going to do first is come over here and hit create a design. And now what I want to do is I'm going to just put in website. I could have just typed in website, but it's in my recently searched. So I'm just going to hit website because that's going to give me the right size image. Now what I want to do is come over here and click into photos in this left-hand menu, and I'm going to put in landscaping. And you can see there's some images here of landscaping. So I can click right here and it'll pop right over here into my blank canvas. So now I can grab these circles and just click and drag and resize that image so that it fits in my canvas. I can come down here to the slider and make it a little bit smaller so I can see the whole image. There we go, something like that. All right, so now we're just going to call this landscaping main image. All right, so now I've got this image all set to go. Let's go ahead and hit the share button up here. Now I'm going to hit download. What I'm going to do is I'm going to compress the file so that it's smaller in size so that my website loads as fast as possible. So now I'm going to go ahead and click download. That's downloading right there. Now I'm going to go back to my website, click this block, and then click in here. Now what this is this is my file manager, and this is where I can upload the file. So I'll upload the file. Here's my landscaping main image. I'll click into it, and there it is, all uploaded and ready to go. So now I can click it and hit select. And there it is. So I've just changed that main background just like that. So I've already done my header and my main background. And you can see it's kind of got an overlay. This button being clicked right here makes it so that it looks a little bit different with a little bit of an overlay, because see how these words are hard to read? Well, I want to be able to make that more readable. So what I can do is I can add that overlay, and it just puts a little shadow over it and makes everything a little easier to read. So now I can go ahead and say, look at this. All right, so we're Lawn Pro Landscaping. So here's something I'm going to show you how to do. So, if you're confused about how to make a good headline or a good tagline, what you can do is go into Chat GPT. Now I've already got a Chat GPT account, so I didn't have to register. So what I'm going to do is just go in here and ask it to write me a headline for my website. We'll just give it a prompt here and see what it comes up with. And so now I've got 4 to choose from. Let's go ahead and put elevate your curb appeal, right? That appeals to people's vanity. So now I'll just go ahead and copy that and paste it in here. That looks like a bit much, doesn't it? First thing we can do, we can maybe try a different font. Maybe make it a little smaller. There we go. I'm just going to drag that divider over. There we go. Let's go back to Chat GPT and ask it to write a good tagline. See how easy Chat GPT makes everything? Now you can create really cool copy without having to be a copywriter. I think I'm going to make that a little bit smaller again. I'm going to go ahead and highlight it. Maybe change that line height a little bit. Bring this up. I'm going to make that overlay a little bit darker. So when I clicked into this overlay, I can click down here and change the opacity and make it a little bit darker. Now you can see everything really well. All right, so there's our main headline and our tagline. So now let's go ahead, update this line of text right here. And now we're going to work on our services. We got lawn care, we got planting, and landscaping. Let's ask Chat GPT about our lawn care. There we go. We'll just go ahead and copy that part. We really just want a short sentence right here. There, look at that. That fits great. Now what about planting? That's great, right? Copy that. Now let's get something for landscaping. All right, we've pretty much got our second blocks copy done. Now let's just go ahead and find some lawn care, planting, and landscaping images and get them to be the right size. I'm going to choose 1000 by 1000 because it's kind of a square size, right? That looks square. Yeah, we'll use square. Okay, let's look up something like lawn mowing or lawn maintenance right here. Right? Let's see what we can find. Okay, there we go. We'll use something that looks like this. We'll just drag it out, resize everything. We'll click share, download, and compress. Click into the space, hit edit image, and here's where we're going to add that photo. Just like that. Hit select. Looks great. All right, so now we want planting. And honestly, this can be part of the process. You've got to kind of make a few searches and kind of look for the right image to make sure you're portraying the right thing. I mean, I thought I liked this one, but it's got weeds at the bottom, so here we go. This looks good. Get that positioned correctly. Name it. Remember to compress it. I'm going to come in here and click edit image. Upload the file. Choose it from my downloads. Open it. There we go. Now we're going to go landscaping. Go to Canva, 1000 by 1000. Look up a nice picture for some landscaping. Get it sized properly, make sure everything is going to look good. So once you settle on a picture, go ahead and get it sized. Like that. There we go. Name it, compress it, download it, get it into your file manager, select it, get it on the website. Now for SEO, what we're going to do is we're going to go back and make sure all these images have a description. Let's go ahead and save that. So now our services section is done. So what we want to do is create an anchor point in our block. So when somebody comes up here and clicks services in our menu, because we've got a cool one-page website, we want it to be navigated right here. So what we'll do is we'll click block, and we'll come down here and hit add anchor point, and we're going to name it services. Then what we do is we come up here to the menu, and we mouse over the menu, and you can see edit menu. We'll click that. We're going to find the services tab right here that is associated with our menu. We'll click the pencil to edit it. And now what we're going to do is we're going to create an anchor point in the menu. So we'll come over here to the menu, click anchor point. We want to make sure we're in the page group of pages. We're on the home page, and we'll see that anchor point services that we just created, and we want it to open in the same tab. Then we go ahead and hit select. Make sure you click save too. You want to make sure and save all your work. So now when somebody's on our website, here's a preview, we'll just go over here to services, and boom, it scrolls right to that section. So the whole point of this is to create a one-page website that you can eventually build on, because you've got up to 20 pages in your beginner account with FastPages 365. So you've got 20 pages that you can create in funnels and websites, and we can show you more about that later. But the most important thing is to get an attractive one-page website set up that can help you start generating leads and customer engagement to help you grow your business. All right, so the next thing we want to do is create our next section. So let's go up to our menu here. So we've created our home page. We're working on that right now. We've done our services section. Now let's do an about us section. So we'll scroll down here. This could easily be an about us section, because basically an about us section is kind of a hero section. And if you look here, when you mouse between the sections on your website, you'll see this add a block. So if you click that, it brings you to a bunch of templates of different block categories that you can have, like the hero section, which could be an about us, right? So if you'll take a look here, the hero section is kind of like where you can highlight the personality or the business, to try and get people to take action. So, we've got something that's very similar to what you see here. Now, if I just go ahead and click outside of that box, it brings me back. So this could easily be a hero section right here. So what we've got to do now is get an image here that represents our business. And what we'll do is we'll talk about, how awesome we are as a landscaping company or whatever your business is. So we'll go ahead and first of all, get this background changed. So what we'll do is head back over to Canva, and if you'll look at the size of this, it's not quite a square. It's kind of a rectangle, more wide than it is tall. So I'm going to go ahead and choose a 1200 by 900. So it's 1200 pixels wide by 900 high. So that's going to give me that elongated rectangle. So now I'm going to create a new design. Come over here to Photos. And you can see I've already got one kind of selected here as recently used. And what I did was I went to Landscaping Professionals and I did a search. And you can see there's different images of landscaping professionals. I chose this one just because it kind of shows somebody, making some cool topiaries on a multi-level planting background. So let's just go ahead and size this appropriately. And what we'll do is we'll share it, hit download, and compress again, so that it saves that load speed on your website. So now that it's downloaded here, let's go back to our website. Click here where it says change background. Click into the image, and we're going to go ahead and hit upload file. And that's where you're going to see our landscaper image. So I can just click that and upload it. Now I've already done that, so I'm just going to cancel out. Now that it's uploaded, I'm going to click into it so it's highlighted and hit select. And look at that. It looks pretty good in that spot. So I'm going to leave it that way. And now what we want to do is go ahead and set up our copy right here for our business. So let's jump over to Chat GPT, click back into our chat about the Lawn Pro website creation, and come over here and ask Chat GPT to create us an About Us section for our website. Now we'll copy and paste those results right into our website. Now we're just going to fill in some of the, taglines and bullet points here to, make our statement about us as, attractive and positive as possible. And if you'll notice, it's really simple to just click into each one of those fields and go ahead and edit that, text in those fields so that it says what you want it to say to give off the vibe of your business. And of course, remember to save your work. Okay, so now let's go ahead and do that anchor point thing again, where we click add anchor point, name it About Us, come back up here to the menu, and we're going to hit that edit. We're going to hit About Us right here, the pencil. So we want to make sure we're on anchor link. We have the page group as pages. We make sure that we're on home page. And then we're going to have that anchor point right here, About Us. And we hit select. Then we go ahead and click anywhere in the page, hit save. Now let's go ahead and do this thing where we do a website preview, and watch this. When we click About Us, it brings us right to our About Us section. All right, success. All right, so the next step, let's go back up here to our menu. We've got our home, About Us, services. Now let's look at our Get in Touch. That's going to be a scheduling appointment type of a thing where people can offer, or we can offer that free consultation or get an appointment, right? So we're going to set up our calendar. So what we're going to want to do is come up here to the Appointments tab, click in, And now you can see here's a short video that can help you familiarize yourself with the builder, but I'm just going to be your tour guide. So to create a booking event or an appointment, what you're going to want to do is go ahead and click this Create New Booking Event, and you can go ahead and name it. Let's call it Free Consultation. Now, the details about the meeting will be shown on the booking page. So this would be a description. All right, so I just set up a time to discuss your project. Now we're going to want to send an email to the client with the details. So we're going to click this. Now let's go ahead and click Next. Now what we want to do is add an operator. That's you. Add a new operator right here. Let's click Add a New Operator, and we're going to put in my name. It's already in here, and my email. And I don't need a description. If you want to put an image, you can if you want to. Let me just go ahead and grab one here real quick. And you can choose the color of the operator, which is just kind of a descriptor on the calendar itself, no big deal. I'm going to go ahead and choose a dark cobalt blue and hit Save. I'm going to go ahead and hit Save Changes. So now what I can do is I can add myself as an operator. So I just did the About the Booking stage. Now I'm at the Operators and Services stage. So I'm an operator in there. Now I'm just going to go ahead and click Next. All right, this is going to be a one-on-one with a single attendee. How long is the meeting going to be? If you're a landscaping company, that might be a 45-minute to an hour-long meeting. I'm going to put half hour. So how long do you want people to be able to book out the appointment for? You can go, a really short duration. I would never go further than 2 weeks though, because people will forget about the appointment and blow you off. You'll have less show up rates. Some people want to go as short as just next week, right? So let's go next week. And what is my availability? Am I going to be available from 9 to 5 or from 8 o'clock to something later? So this is military time, obviously. So you're looking at 12 and then adding from there. So this is going to be 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll make it, from 8 to 8, a 12-hour window of opportunity. And let's see here. If you want to exclude days, you can put, Christmas, Thanksgiving, or different things in there. And let's see, the availability increments that will be shown in increments of 30 minutes. So we've got a 30-minute meeting, so we can have 30-minute increments. That's fine. Now, as far as notice goes, I like to get a heads up of at least 4 hours. If somebody wants to make an appointment, they can't do it within the next 4 hours because that could mess up my schedule if I've already got things set up. Now, do you want a buffer between your appointments, right? Maybe you've got drive time issues or preparation times. Maybe you want to have an hour between appointments so people can't book you on one end of town to the other. Now, do we want to limit the number of sessions per day? Maybe we do, maybe we don't. So anyway, I just saved my appointment or saved my progress, and I'm going to click back through. I've already done the event or booking. Now I'm going to go ahead and have added operators. I've just finished this. Now, the form questions. I'm going to go ahead and edit the form questions to add phone number. And you can see you can ask all sorts of different questions. You can have address, city, state, company name. You can add other fields. So I'm just going to go ahead and add phone. And if you are a landscaping company, maybe you do want to have address, city, state, right? And zip code so that you know who you're dealing with and where you've got to go. So those are fields that you can add in there. There we go. Now we can go ahead and hit save again. Now we're going to go next. Now, the confirmation. As soon as somebody books an appointment with you on your calendar, do you want to just send them a default confirmation message or send them to a custom page? Because we're just doing a one-page website, I'm going to have it just be a default confirmation message, and it's going to say something like this. Now here we can add a call to action button on my confirmation screen. call if you have questions. Then we're going to come over here and put phone, and we're going to put in my phone number. So now it's going to have a button destination to call, right? So now we can come down here and click that next, our save changes. And so now we've got everything all set up for our booking event. Perfect. So let's go ahead. So now we've got that free consultation right there. Now we can go back to our builder and scroll down past our About Us, because this is where we're going to have that Get in Touch. So now, we could put something else here if we wanted to. You can see we've got our team and testimonials and different things like that. But for the ease of keeping this simple, let's just go ahead and add a block. I'm going to make it an empty block. And right here in this one column area, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go plus add widget right here. And now I'm going to take this booking and plop it right over here. And that blue line kind of delineates where it's going to be. So I want it to be right here in the center. So I'm going to drop it right there. I'm going to select my booking event, which is the free consultation. And there's different settings you can change in here. Like if you want to connect to email marketing, you can. Later, I'll describe things like that for you. Not in this course, but in other informational stuff. So let's see, maybe we want to go ahead and tag contacts on a new booked session, because people will show up in our CRM, and it would be nice if we went ahead and had a tag so we could say scheduled appointment or something like that, right? So there's step settings, there's summary styling, there's form styling, lots of different things you can do. You can change the layout of your calendar if you like to any one of these other looks. So I'm just going to leave it like this though. So let's click out of here and hit save. And now you can see, pick a date and time. Free consultation with me. And let's see, if we want to, we can also add a widget, maybe a heading. Let's see, what does it say up there? Get in touch. Let's go ahead and type in get in touch. So I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to come over here and center it and drag it down to give it some space from the last area there. All right, get in touch. Perfect. Now what we want to do is go ahead and do that thing again with the anchor point. We're going to add it. We're going to name it. We're going to come up here and adjust the menu. And we're going to save it. We're going to come over here and preview it, make sure it works, and Viola, it does. Okay, so now what we want to do is go ahead and also set up these buttons so that they go to our calendar, right? So if somebody wants to do a free consultation, we're going to come up here, mouse over this button. We're going to hit edit settings, and we're going to open on click. We're going to click this. And you can see this is just like setting up the anchor point. So we're going to hit anchor point, pages. Make sure we're on the home page because that's where it is. We're going to do the get in touch. There we go. We're going to save that. And check services. It's basically going to be the same thing. We're just creating an anchor point. So we're going to click that link icon right there. Hit anchor point, pages, home, services, select. And the get an appointment. Let's do that again. Click this, anchor point. And save it. So there we go. Now we've got everything all set up as far as the menu goes. Now we do have a news button there, but watch this. So what I'm going to do real quick, I'm going to go to free consultation. Brings me here. Now see, you can see people can only schedule an appointment 1 week out in advance. Now, these numbers are in military time, but don't let that freak you out. When you actually go live and people actually see this in in the live setting, these won't be in military time. So let's say somebody wants to make an appointment with you 9:30 on the 9th. So they're going to fill out their information. They're going to book the appointment. And there it is. Thank you for setting up your appointment. I'll give you a call at the time selected. And it shows you the information right there. Call if you have questions. So you can see the little telephone thing pop up down here. Here, let me get rid of this. This has been in our way. It's bugging me. Let's see. Okay, so this is the thank you screen. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of some of this other stuff so that it doesn't pop up like this. But, you can add it to your calendar if you want to and whatnot. And you can see I got a new appointment in my email. You can see the information is right here in my email with all the details. And I can view my schedule, which takes me into the builder. I can click over here to schedule, and there's my consultation appointment. I can show the details. All the information is right there in the back of your CRM, where you can see your appointments and your contacts. Because look, now I'm here as a contact in your contacts area, and you can see I've scheduled an appointment. So now when you come in here, you can see all my details. At this point, I'm going to get rid of the blog on your menu, just because the blog is just something else to, to do, and we can set that up later. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Edit Menu, and I'm just going to delete this off the menu by clicking Delete. There we go. Let's hit Save. Now, as far as these other sections that I don't necessarily want, I'm not going to necessarily delete them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hide them from the site just by clicking that. See that little eyeball with the line through it? Hide it. Let's go ahead and hide these sections because we may want to use them in the future. All right, so now here is a footer, right? So the footer is something that is going to be, something that people can use. It's got a social media connection thing here and different headings. If you don't like this footer, just know that you always have the opportunity to come over here and add a block. And look, you can see footers. There's different styles of footers all in here pre-made. And just so you know too, there's different types of headers in here made as well. So you can have different menus, different headers, different footers, different ways of representing your brand. So, if you want a footer that's more simplified, that's just got some social media stuff in there, you could just click this. And now this is your footer instead of this one. So if you want to, all we've got to do is click hide. And now this is the only thing people are going to see. Watch. We'll even show it in a new tab. So this is a live preview of what your website's going to look like. Cool, right? You've got your copyright, your year. We can go ahead and change that information. Let's go back. We just click into that area right there, and we can make it 2023 and hit save. Now here's where we can put our name, and then we can click into this social media widget, and we can hit edit. Now you can share the page or you can go to the page. It's up to you. People can share it or they can go to your page. So what I'm going to do is hit go to your page, and I'm going to use YouTube because I've got a YouTube channel, and I'm going to get rid of Twitter. So now I've got Facebook and YouTube. So all I've got to do is put in my Facebook URL here and my YouTube URL right here. So when people click on this, they'll be taken to my Facebook and to my YouTube channel. I can edit the styling by coming in here and making the buttons bigger. I can make the icons color something else. I can even come in here and say, visit us on Facebook and YouTube. Now, I'm going to go ahead and move this down a little bit, and I'm going to move this up a little bit. Get rid of that space there as well. All right, there's our footer. Let's go ahead and save it and preview it. There you go, right? So now you've got a full one-page website as far as you go. This is quite functional. People can call you, they can make appointments, they can see your services, and that's a heck of a lot further than you were just less than an hour ago. So here we go with our website. And just so you know, you can also optimize this website for phone. So check this out. If you click this button down here, you'll see what it looks like on a telephone or on a mobile device. You can see each section is already mobile optimized and looks pretty good. Now this might be kind of bunched up, so I don't necessarily like the way that looks on mobile. And I'm not really sure I love this on mobile either. So here's what you can do to make this look better on a mobile device. So you can click here into the block, and what you can do is you can copy the entire block or widget. And right here is our copy folder, and it just saved that container for us. See, watch, if I take and drag this over, it's a complete duplicate. So now I've got two of these. And look, one of these is not available on desktop, whereas this is available on mobile and tablets. So now I'm going to make this one not available on phones. So now it's not available on mobile, and you can see it's a hidden area. So now this one is available on mobile, but not desktop. So now when I make changes here, I'm going to be making changes to mobile only and not the desktop view. They won't change over here when I change back to desktop. So watch this. I can take this section and I can make the font smaller. And if I want to, I can adjust the line height. So now it's easier to read. So now let's go ahead and hit save, and we'll go back to desktop, and look, nothing changed. Now this block has been optimized for mobile viewing. Looks great. And I can do that with any of these blocks. So let's come back down here and look at this block right here, our footer. So what I want to do is go ahead and copy it. And now I'm going to go ahead and drag it over. So now this one is not available on desktop, and this one here I want to hide from mobile. So I just click it, and now you can see it's a hidden area. So now what I can do is I can get this Grammarly out of the way. I can go ahead and highlight this and change the line height. There we go, Lawn Pro Landscaping. Maybe this is a little bit big for me. I don't want it to be quite this big. It's 32 now. Let's make it 20. There we go. So now, maybe these icons are a little bit big. There we go, there's our footer. Now I can click save, and this is what it looks like here. And this is what it looks like on the mobile, or I'm sorry, on the desktop. So now you've got a mobile optimized website that looks great in both places. And we created it in less than 40 minutes.